Driving. This point of the game, it's just driving. Reminds me of when I was a kid on long road trips, staring at a desert wasteland. Hordes of people with no shirts, often completely naked. Stopping in at the local gas station for a pickle on a piece of bread, or an RC Cola if I behaved. I would often cry and try to get my overseer to take me to the local museum, where they only displayed art created by artists who were born within 25 kilometers of its spot. So it's mostly the paper art that the school would throw out at the end of the year. And my kindergarten masterpiece, Green Blocks, was on display for a small portion of my youth. I'd hoped to get it back, but it was museum policy to destroy all artworks after display. But it was that experience that made me want to be an artist. I think if I could sell a portrait for $25,000, I'd be pretty rich. Don't get me wrong, I never had plans to be a full-time artist, and I feel I'm not even close. What I need is a relationship with an art dealer. Get me a studio so I could create at a speed with an amount of art that will leave awe-inspiring. Then, when I am successful, I will take 3 weeks to create in other cities, meaning I plan to take road trips, like I have to in this part of San Andreas, for real. I feel the developers were mad that they created such a large map, and it was mandated that the player have to drive it multiple times. But the good game developers made a call and put some good game in front of this bad part of the game to help curb the lasting opinions of Rockstar as a whole. Saving grace, as you will. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see that this part of the game is boring. Drive, drive, drive these nuts. Gonna drive these nuts up your butt. Quick thought. If I could go to space and paint, I wouldn't. Unless it was real. Then I would do it. What can I say? I'm a whore for space. How far can I go? Say, around the moon? When the dark side is lit? Would I be allowed to eat an eighth of magic mushrooms? Say, along the way as we get close? Tree, sky, moose. Yep, another road trip. Thanks, Rockstar. Or the director of this game, Aaron Garbutt. He's the art director. First thing that at Google told me. Aaron, tell me, as an art director, did you ruin this stretch of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas? Well, to say it's ruined is a stilted question. If you not observe the art in the game, I am a modern-day Picasso or Van Gogh. But you millennials, or Generation P or betters, would rather have your mother chew up your McDonald's just to spit it directly down your throat so you can focus on your modern-day video games, which is an equivalent of watching close-up footage of naked butts farting. Thanks, Aaron. Your input in my video is respectful, but I would have to disagree. But as a millennial, I'll have to freestyle an epic roast as my rebuttal. Damn, Aaron, your butt is so fine. I would be like to be wine down in 69. But first, I must warn you of my dick. It's like a chihuahua lipstick. And sorry, Aaron, looks like we're out of time. And it looks like I owned you. You are the weakest piece of fence. Goodbye. It's nice to get an insight into Rockstar's development, but we should have spent more time focused on road trips, the theme of this installment. My mother, legend has it, gave birth to me in a truck stop kitchen. The placenta fell into the fryer and was served to the mayor of Kitwanga, my hometown. I was then dropped off at a fire station. But instead of putting me up for adoption, the fire chief, who was a woman named Florence, kept me at the fire station like a firehouse Dalmatian. I stayed there until I was 7. I use the term rescued lightly, as my overseers that had me until I was 24 is a lengthy chapter of my life I would like to gloss over. Except the road trips, the bars on the windows, the stale cigarette smoke, the malnutrition. Thankfully, I overcame that by becoming morbidly obese. Winning. Another fond memory I have is having to fix flat tires by myself as fast as I can humanly do. When I was 24, my overseers, well, the main one, was pulled over. I was in the back seat. I was rudely awakened, handed a gun, and told to play along. I was to play the master, and my overseer was a hitchhiker. Long story short, the next 2 years of my life was spent in house arrest after a 2-month jail sentence. I'm okay now and ready to take a road trip of my own. I'm ready to leave my house, and this time, I will do it. I will on purpose leave my house, and it will be okay. It's okay to leave my house. Leave my house. And it will be okay. Okay? Moving on is the theme of road trips. To paint and create elsewhere. Do I get a hotel room for the 3 weeks? Do I live in my van like the good old days? Do I rent short term like a Airbnb? Do I meet someone who has a room I could sleep and create in? Vancouver? Seems like a fever dream. But my life is a fever dream. Are you watching this? Are you even real? I doubt it. Thank you, Rockstar. Thank you, driving. Life, thank you.